common problem on like any kind of leftist campaign and leftist organizing. It's really frustrating to me. But hey, what do I know? I mean, it only happens all the fucking time. Like literally just happened in France.
Yeah, but here in this election, right, every vote that's not for the incumbent makes one of the three, like, left on the spectrum of left candidates.
Well, I mean, they're not going to vote. The people in this community are not going to vote for the incumbent regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't know. It feels like,
that's not a thing. They would. So I would rather mobilize them in the direction of a singular candidate so that that person gets a higher likelihood of getting into the runoffs than.
For me, from where I'm standing, like that would make sense if there were maybe only two candidates that were like left candidates. But because there's three that are viable candidates, and they all take like kind of different demographics, like I feel like to see the incumbent go under 50%, like you have a better, just by the numbers, you have a better chance of getting the incumbent under 50%. And so what I would want the most is that we all rally behind the winner, no matter who it is, right? Like the entire left in Los Angeles, and I would hope across the world, right? When you're in this situation, you then, like, even though it's not your exact person, if it's somebody who like shares enough of your values, right? Where it's like all three of those candidates signed the No New Cops pledge. Ugo gets shit from it all the time in mailers from the fucking police union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are my feelings on that race. Like Ugo, I personally feel is like the candidate to do it, and he's doing a big benefit show with another candidate that I'd love to mention if we have a sec. Her race is easy. It's just her versus the incumbent, and her name is Eunices Hernandez. That's EUNISSES. Yeah, there she is.
So, we'll play. Let's play her.
Her launch video.
Her launch video. Her campaign video, real quick. Okay.
My district has lost. In the last 9 years, my district has lost countless families to skyrocketing rents, lack of affordable housing units, and deep neglect. Our street infrastructure is still broken. Traffic deaths are high, and people who need support have nowhere to go. My name is Eunices Hernandez, and I've lived in CD1 my entire life. I have roots here, from the schools that I went to the people and businesses I still go to every day. I've been fighting for communities at the county and state level, where I co-authored Measure J and passed bills like SB 1110 to start funding youth programs, mental health and substance use support, and job programs for our neighbors. In my career, I've moved hundreds of millions of dollars into community resources with a coalition of elected leaders, community members, and allies. Now, I want to bring that transformational energy home. The incumbent has had 9 long years to do what's right, to fast-track desperately needed local housing and immigration legislation, to deliver city services to residents, and to listen to the people. None of that has happened. I have a record of working with community, developing solutions, tracking down funding, and prioritizing people over profit. We cannot make the same choice again and again and expect things to improve. With only me and the incumbent on the ballot, this election will be decided on June 7th. Let's get it, fam. We got this.
This is for LA City Council District 1. The incumbent was endorsed by Bernie Sanders at a certain point?
So it's a fucking crazy thing. So Gil Cedillo was one of the first politicians to endorse Bernie back in the day. And Bernie, I love him. There's somebody in his office who's still loyal to that. And part of me gets it because it's like, how many Democrats have like stabbed him in the fucking back, right? You got to stay.
He even loves Brandon.
Yeah, right. He does love Brandon way too much. So it's a bummer that he's not come out like about this in another way. God, Gil's just your fucking rat fucker. He's the biggest rat fucker in LA politics. So like Gil is like calling like local coffee shops like that put up like A&ESS signs that are in the district, and his people are going like, hey, you wouldn't want a problem at the next inspection, would you? Like literally like like
It sounds like Illinois politics to me.
that's Goodfellas.
I like that.
That's Goodfellas shit. R.I.P. Ray. But dude, like it's so fucked up. Like they're taking out like her lawn signs. Dude, we heard like some elder folks like said that Gil's people came to their yards and were like, the city, we're with the city. You have to put this here. And the old people were like, what? And it's like, this is a new city law. You have to put this Gil Cedillo sign in. Like it was so fucked. And so she's incredible. She like her ad said, she did Measure J, which took $1 billion out of the police budget and put it into like actual social services. Like legit, she in her fucking 20s shut down a goddamn jail. Like she is a fucking powerhouse.
She defunded the police.
I mean, she literally did it, and it won by 12 points. And like, it's not like this has happened, and it's not like LA's like spiraled into like some fucking nightmare, state. Like she proved that you can do that shit, and like it's fine. It works. And so the police unions are after both her and Ugo. The corporate landlord lobby is after her and Ugo.
Oh, God.
They've spent combined against the two of them like $1.5 million to try to stop Ugo and A&ESS. And there's only 11 days left in the election. So if you can go to bit.ly, there she is. She's amazing. But we're doing a big show on the 31st. If you in the audience go to bit.ly/rally, the word for LA, you can get tickets to the show. It's got Adam Conover, who is just here.
Yeah.
It's got
Matt Christman's on it.
Christman's on it. It's got
He's a real California boy now.
dude, Chrisman. Have you seen him in his Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah, I have.
It's beautiful. He's a
at
sight to see.
Stavros' birthday / comedy show.
He looks gorgeous wearing his Crocs and his Hawaiian shirt. Like he's such a California guy now. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chrisman's on it. Jamie Loftus, who's an incredible comedian. Chris Estrada, who's really great. And if you can go, please buy tickets. And if you can't go, you can donate at bit.ly/rally4LA. And you'll be able to donate. The donations get split between both candidates. And so there's 11 days left. They're pulling out all the stops to get the fucking police money, to get the fucking landlord money. They're sending out insane mailers that are like, A&ESS blamed Fauci for COVID and wants someone to do heroin in your house. Like literally, those are in the fucking mailers. And the Ugo mailers like have what appears to be a ninja peering into your window and two scared women, like a mom and a little girl, like huddling. And it's like, Ugo wants to get rid of every single cop tomorrow, and they're all going to come to your house. These are dangerous ideas. And yeah, they're sending them to everybody. They're
And, of
sending
course,
hundreds of thousands.
Los Angeles local news media, I mean, our local news has been absolute garbage throughout this entire process, making it seem like this is literally like a developing nation with crime just running rampant in every fucking corner and every orifice of Los Angeles and San Francisco, in rich neighborhoods. Crime is just all over the place. There's so much property crime, even though property crime is down.
It's District 9. Beverly Hills is District 9. You better watch out, dude. Everybody needs a chappie now. Like, that's the only way to get through. Like, that's the only way I walk around at night in the city of Los Angeles, is by having my own chappie there to protect me.
Yeah. So what are do these people have good shots at winning in your honest assessment?
Oh, yeah. So the way that you can tell that they're doing really well is that the incumbents are freaking the fuck out about them. Like, they are losing their minds. And these are guys that are like, quote unquote.
Here's the crazy Unisys mailer. They call to abolish the police. Unisys Hernandez is a police abolitionist, wants to eliminate the police department. Hernandez also wants to make it legal for people to inject heroin in our neighborhood. What the fuck?
Oh, there's the ninja.
Yeah, there's it is. Imagine LA with 0 police officers. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's really sick. And so what we've found is because this, like, you know, these districts are the two most progressive districts in the city and like went for Bernie by like, Bernie got like 60, 70% of the vote. So what's happening is more people than ever before are reaching out to Aenesis and Ugo and being like, that sounds pretty good.
We love doing heroin on the streets.
Yeah,
like, that's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. They're like, please let us do heroin. They're just like, hey, these guys must be really scared of you. Like even like more conservative people are like, well, if they're this scared of you, then like I want to talk. Like, what do you think? And then we tell them that, you know, hey, maybe, you know, police officers shouldn't be deployed for nonviolent crimes like nuisance calls, homelessness, traffic enforcement, because it costs way more and people die all the time. And then they go like, that makes sense. And then we're like, yeah, okay. And then they vote for us.
I'm going to ban this person. Before I do, I want to make fun of him, and we can do it together.
Sure.
DSA is always going to suck because it's sock them like, come on, sock dems are the progressive wing of fascism. North American revolutionary potential does not exist in America. It only exists in Latin America. The path forward is Latinization. The vanguard class is the intersection of indigenous and immigrant struggles. I don't even disagree with this part of it.
Yeah, that part of it, I agree.
I do agree with it, but like he's still like, but I'm still gonna LARP as like a fucking Maoist third world is here. He says, do you think DSA membership stops people from seeking out membership in actual revolutionary orgs? Kind of seems like a false consciousness. You know, revolutionary orgs like the PSL that also fucking worked alongside Governor Gavin Newsom in an effort to stop, what was it, Larry Elder from
Right.
becoming the next governor. You know,
Yeah.
those kinds of revolution organizations. You know.
Well, I mean, look, PSL is great, but I think what this guy's talking about is Bob Avakian. I think this guy might be trying to reclaim a little something here.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's my thinking, at least. Like, or you know, some sort of.
The vanguard is abolitionists. No, there's always guys like this. This is fucking dope. Tired of this DSA electoralism bullshit. Electoralism will not save us. Look at Allende. Join an actual revolutionary org, not DSA.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. Look, dude, what do you want us to fucking do? You want us to fucking go get AR-15s? Like, come on.
Yes.
Like,
No, unironically, like, there are people on the internet that love, like, I think one of the things that, like, you know, white Maoists in, like, Idaho love to do is, like, LARP on the internet, like, there's Zapatistas or some shit, where they literally will be like, no, we need to unlock the revolutionary potential of the third world by taking over military bases with our weapons. Like, that's what... It's like me and the boys.
It'll be easy.
Me and the boys are gonna do direct action, and we're gonna take over a fucking military base, and you know, cripple the imperialist structure from within.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna go into the military base. We're just gonna like be on our phones, so they'll think that we're supposed to be there, right? And then once we get in, then we just pull all the wires out from under the computer. No more deep state.
Yeah,
it's over. But look, okay, the electoralism thing, I just want to address. Because a lot of people feel that way, and I get it, right? Like, I understand not wanting to vote because no politician has ever done anything even approaching like helping you that they don't either immediately take away, like the unemployment from the beginning of COVID, or just it only hurts you. So I understand that, and I myself feel that federal elections are useless. I think the Senate is useless. I think that the House is useless. And I think that the president is useless. I think that there's no way that we'll be able to get them. I still vote because it's like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? But I firmly don't believe that we have any power to accomplish that. But the only way that we will ever have enough power to accomplish that is if we vote locally. And when I say vote locally, I don't mean just show up. Be a part of a local political campaign, because that's how you grow a base. We need to start growing bases in areas, right? Like, we need to meet each other in person off the fucking internet and organize around a common goal, right? Like, so we can't unionize at our job right now. What can we accomplish collectively? right? Who can we elect that has some fucking power in our town to make our lives a little less shitty? That kind of electoralism that leads to a legitimate base being built that you can do your mutual aid with, that you can do your fucking gun training shit with, you can have your fucking reading group with.
Oh, that's scary. I have agoraphobia. I would like to do gun training in my Discord server only. That's what the revolutionary practice of people like this is literally just that. Or this person's just like straight up a Fed and is like, hey guys, here's some Tenorite. Like,
right.
Go wild, you know?
Yeah. Hey, my name is Gladio. It's really great to meet you.
Yeah, XX Pants XX, dude. Look at this. Oh, it's just awesome. I run a Marxist org in my city. It's a lot better than the Fed-run DSA, which has never done anything here.
Oh wait, no, at the last one he agreed. I agreed, but local politics is not equal DSA. Join DSA, fool. At least DSA is like DSA LA, like they won before, they're gonna keep winning. Anyway, Aenesis and Ugo are transformational candidates. LA has 8. You only need 8 people to be you only need 8 people to change the fucking city. And so a group of 3 with Nithya, Aenesis, and Ugo, if they all 3 win, or one of the other progressive candidates in the 13 race, a group of 3 of them, that's a third of the council.
Yeah.
And so you can do so fucking much with that to actually help the most vulnerable people, including ourselves. It's so bit.ly/rally4LA, and come see the show. We've got a couple really big special guests coming up that we're going to announce over the weekend as well.
All right, so let's go through the California primaries now.
Let's do it, baby.
Okay, is there a ballot I can find on the internet?
You want to find your California ballot guide. Yeah, I think that's the one, the top one.
SOS.ca.gov.
Yeah, you want to try to find your actual. Where is the actual ballot?
I mean, I have one over there, but I don't want to show it.
I think it's the official voter information guide. I think it's that third link down on the left.
Voter information guide.
I believe that's it. No, it's not. Go back.
That isn't it.
So it's maybe it's the
Never
first
done this
one.
on the internet.
The
Voting
certified list of candidates, maybe.
candidate information, contact list for certified candidates, character-based name, statewide candidate template.
Character-based name.
I don't know what that is.
I'm Zelda.
Oh, they just have like different it's
characters.
like Chinese.
Okay,
yeah.
characters. Yeah, got it.
Leftist LA voter guide. Los
Not
Angeles.
a fan of this guide. It was just one dude that made it.
You saw it already?
He works for one of the campaigns.
They always do this. There's always like some shit like this out there.
Look, here's what I'll say. It's a good guide. It's insanely biased in the CD13 race against Ugo.
Does DSA not have one?
DSA has one. Yeah, it's just this guide, if I may just say like one thing about it, it's a very good voter guide other than the CD13 thing where there's just like weird like shots fired, which is a bummer. But everything else is probably fine. I prefer the NOC voter guide and the DSA LA guide.
Okay.
Also,
right.
the little rose guy at the top is like my favorite dude now. I love this guy.
This is cool.
I really love that guy.
See, this is why. I mean, you guys are obviously reformist,
Sure.
revisionist. Like that's why you're trying to make voting look cool and undermine the revolutionary potential of the Maoist, the Shining Path supporters in Idaho, their chapter. So
Well, there's not that much tall grass in Idaho. Is the only problem.
yeah.
I just don't know what you're gonna.
Okay. Well, let's go through these real quick. So we have for mayor Gina Viola.
Yeah. So Gina's great. She is the left candidate for mayor. She is she is the candidate that represents the left the most. So if you live in LA, you should probably vote for her. What I will say, though, is that I do want to say Karen Bass is not as bad as people fucking say she is. Her campaign is, but her policies are fine. They're so much better than Garcetti's. So vote for Gina, but if it is Karen Bass, like, we just have to make sure it's not fucking Rick Caruso. Rick Caruso will put a dome over like the west side and then poison the rest of the city. He literally his fucking homelessness policy is exactly the same as Trump's, which is build fucking warehouses in the desert and ship every poor person into those warehouses. So we just have to make sure that that piece of shit doesn't win.
Yeah. Okay. What are the chances of, like, how is Rick Caruso looking in the election right now?
Really good, which is scary. He has spent $33 million of his own dollars on this election. Like, it's insane how much money he's fucking spent. Yeah, look at him, dude. Oh, there we go.
Just like Caitlyn Jenner, Kris Jenner gets political with LA mayor race endorsement for Rick Caruso. Spins formal suiting with Travis Scott's AJ1 sneaker collab.
Wait, did Rick Caruso have a sneaker collab? I would love to see him like on Melrose.
Thanks for coming by the office, Rick, and for telling me all about your plans for LA. I've known Rick Caruso for a long time. He's an amazing father, businessman, and philanthropist, and has a great love for Los Angeles. I love the city. I want to see it thrive. I support Rick Caruso as he runs for mayor of Los Angeles. There's no better choice, says Kris Jenner.
Yeah, so, you know, honestly...
Kardashians are famous for having really good politics.
The Kris Jenner voter guide is actually my favorite voter guide in LA.
Yeah, I couldn't have her on. That's why I have you on, unfortunately.
That makes sense. They do call me the Kris Jenner of the left.
Yeah.
So I get it. I have 3 beautiful daughters.
Guys, I know Trump is on, but I want to keep talking about this instead, and then we'll watch Trump, okay? I get it. I do have a lot of little baby-brained idiots in the chat who are just like, come on, bro, get to Trump. Like, get to the content. Like, this is fucking not interesting enough for me. I don't vote because I'm a revolutionary.
But then at least let us make fun of these Democrats, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, also, Rick Caruso is not a Democrat, and he has donated like $4 zillion.
Oh yeah, wasn't he literally at like where was it? Someone posted
RNC.
about. Yeah, he was at the RNC like a couple.
Debate.
Yeah. As he mulls mayoral run, Rick
He was at the
Caruso
debate. I
registers
think.
as
Yeah.
Damn, it's hard as fuck to find like actual oppo shit on people like Rick Caruso because they're so rich that they could just like they could flood the marketplace with like positive coverage from, you know, serious outlets. He changed his registration to Democrat as he weighs a run for LA mayor. I love when people do that. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
really brilliant guys do that all the time. Like fucking Michael Bloomberg did a really good job.
Yeah, January 24th, 2022. That was the day that I know I was like, I can't be a Republican anymore.
Wait, Kim Kardashian endorsed Caruso 10 minutes ago on IG. Oh Jesus, they're going crazy.
They have all the celebfluencers. They have every single person who has their own fucking handbag company or their own like. Basically, he's already won the Bored Ape primary.
The problem is though that like most normal people don't fucking pay attention to this shit. They don't even recognize, as you also know, that like primaries are the most significant part of voting. Like I try to tell this to people all the fucking time, where it's like the one time where your vote actually matters is the primary.
Yep.
After that, especially in a place like California, like it doesn't matter. The Democrats are going to win no matter what, right? But the one time your vote actually fucking matters is the primary, and the same goes for the primaries in the Democratic Party in the general election as well. Like that's where it fucking matters. That's when you can actually make a significant change.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go for the I mean, look, like,
but a lot of people don't pay attention to it, and that's why I'm saying, like, when they hear his name over and over again, name recognition.
Gabbo.
Yeah, the name recognition is going to play a significant role here, because people don't give a shit. They're like, mayor. Well, I heard Kardashians mention this Caruso guy. Check and then move on.
Yeah, and to me, this is like an issue of we see time and time again that like. The Democrats are the biggest obstacle to progress, right? They fight their progressive wing. They fight their left flank way harder than they fight the Republicans. We see it time and time again.
Yeah, because they're safeguarding democracy, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, they want to, destroy the leftist momentum that would turn this American country, this beautiful, gorgeous country, into fascism.
But let's beat the shit out of those, centrist conservative Democrats. Like that's the way. Like if we want them to stop fucking up and failing everywhere, then like you start by getting rid of the ones in your town and replacing them with somebody who doesn't suck. Somebody who, by the way, like Hugo and Anises, are actually tied to social movements, like who are actually like not the fucking, nonprofit industrial complex or whatever, they weren't, a McKinsey / CIA person. They're, a labor organizer or part of the, struggle for Black lives.
Yeah. Well, so he is a shopping mall magnate who is, that alone is like disqualifying in my opinion. When you hear like, oh, this guy's a shopping mall magnate, I'm like, that's definitely not the person I want.
Yeah, I genuinely try, like, I personally am a one issue voter, and that issue is how close is a Pacific somewhere to me at any moment.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a chicken in every pot, a Pacific somewhere on every street corner.
I feel like this is one of his policies is gonna be like put auto turrets outside of the Grove to make sure that the retail theft doesn't happen during like holiday season.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what we need to do.
He would turn the Grove into like Alcatraz. Like talk about a moat.
Yeah.
Like he would build a massive moat.
It's got the bare bones for it though. Like it's got, that it could work as like a forward operating base.
That fucking parking structure. I mean, come on, dude. Like you talk about, there's so many defenses around it. They filmed The Price is Right there also, which I don't think has anything to do with like maybe defending the Grove, but we could all watch The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Which will be going every day. The Price is Right is such a funny, like, capitalist show. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. So I was like, it was on because I put it on. And, like, some girl, like, won a hot tub. And I was like, she looks like she lives in an apartment. Like, where the fuck is she going to put that hot tub? She put it in her fucking courtyard?
You're going to become a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You put a hot tub in your apartment, and then you can be a Twitch streamer. Okay. Caruso dropped his longtime Republican affiliation. He's donated to Republicans and Democrats, including President George W. Bush. And one of Caruso's potential mayoral rivals, Representative Karen Bass. And now he's just on the board of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library Foundation. It's great.
Great. We love Ronan. We love Ronnie.
I think that like all of the defund the police is the reason why like cops aren't doing their jobs, and not because they're like lazy fat pieces of shit. Arguments that you heard from local news is probably going to play a role in this like tough on crime approach that this man has built into the foundation of his campaign. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. I don't care. We're not going to look at Trump right now. Please stop fucking adding me and saying Trump is attacking the left. Okay. All right. So what else? What else are you looking forward to?
For those people, by the way, that like are like, what the fuck does this have to do with me? I just want to say that like everything that's bad that's happening in your city happened in California first. In particular, a lot of it happened in Los Angeles. There would be no SWAT team if it was, without LA. There would be no Prop 22, gig economy serfdom, right? 4118, which is a law that was just passed that now has like spread to Austin and is spreading to other cities. 4118 makes it illegal to be poor in a particular area. Like, it literally was created to stop hippies from hanging out, and now it's used to stop homeless people from existing in public space.
I love when, like we use the Nixon Reagan era red California policies in our neoliberal safe haven now.
Yeah,
so some of the most brutal, awful, fucking anti-worker shit happens in California. There's a complete stranglehold with the developers that control basically everything. That's why all of the new buildings are luxury high-rise condominiums.
Yeah, they've got fucking
that
like
aren't like opening up any kind of additional opportunities for people for affordable housing.
And you got to remember that at least 2 floors of those condos are like a $17 smoothie place. Like,
oh yeah.
You gotta believe that there's like a really weirdly like Portland vibe like hair salon that no one is ever in. You got to make sure that you get one of those. And then the other thing, of course, is a completely empty restaurant that only sells like one piece of lettuce with like one like bean on each of them, and it's called like BN period.
I mean, you're describing like Culver City developments right now to a T. Yeah, $4,000, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, just really great for affordable housing. I mean, at least we have like, what, do we have a 10% rule, right? Or is that even...
Dude, 10%, like with like 50 units, what, there's 5 apartments or 5?
It's so fucking
fucked
stupid.
up. We need minimum. Ugo's fighting for minimum the floor to be 30. But then also for fucking social housing. Like social housing, the LA hasn't built a single unit of social housing since before the Dodgers moved here.
At least, at least they were buying, like, they were doing the motel purchases.
Yeah, Project Home Key.
Which they stopped, right? I think.
Dude, there's not even one Project Room Key in CD13. For those that don't know, like, there's Eric Garcetti and the city of LA, like, were like, hey, let's spend $2 billion on hotels and then have the Olympics and then just, like, absolutely completely laminate the entire city of Los Angeles and get rid of any, like, people of color, young people, whatever. And because of that, we now are lacking 500,000 affordable housing units. So, like, we now are like, oh, fuck, we just subsidized $2 billion worth of hotels. Now we have to spend another $10 billion buying those hotels back and turning them into housing. Oh, it was so funny. I see someone say room key was not a great solution. It wasn't, because it was very carceral. But the actual premise of it, purchasing hotel rooms and giving them to the unhoused, is good.
It's housing first policy, which is like, you know, better than pushing homeless people into shelters.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
warehousing people.
It's like the first step towards like living a dignified life and being able to, like, you know, engage in recovery if that's what's necessary. You know, having access to clean water is pretty fucking clutch when you're trying to get a job and things like that.
Well, and dude, like, I mean, all of the Rick Caruso, right? Like, all of his fucking people, all of this shit, right? It's all about, like, oh, the homeless are actually all addicts. They're actually all addicted. They're mentally ill because they're all fucked up on goofballs. And the thing is, if you actually wanted to kick heroin and you lived in, say, Silver Lake, you would have to take a bus 2 hours through traffic to go to Encino to get help, or you would have to go to fucking Skid Row, the most dangerous and scary place in Los Angeles, especially if you're unhoused, and have to stay there for fucking, 3 days while, not doing heroin and waiting to be seen on a place where heroin use is rampant. And so we've created a system that, like, fundamentally isn't there to help people. And so we do that because our police budget is half of our budget. Oh shit, the Social Housing Act passed.
Yeah.
Shout out Shanti Singh, baby. Good job. That rocks. Shout out Spike Friedman, baby. That's really cool. So yeah, I mean, this is the shit, right? Like, if we can do this, if we can get social housing for all in California, if we can get Medicare for all in California and show that it doesn't ruin you, right? Like, we saw this with the $15 minimum wage. It started with Kshama Sawant in Seattle, and then LA did it, then New York did it, then you started seeing states do it, right? So if we can fucking do it, yes, if we can create the true red California and pass these, these various policies, it'll start happening domino effect everywhere else. And if we don't do that, then all of the fucking putting poor people in the desert shit, that's gonna domino effect everywhere else. Like, this really does feel like a hinge point right now.
Yeah. No, this is great. It's good progress in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, if you want to do a speed round through the rest of them, happy
all
to.
Right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Faisal Gill. He is very good. The city attorney is an important thing because it basically is like, hey, what do we do? What things do we say are legal and aren't legal? So, for example, everybody wanted the mayor of Los Angeles, because he was granted these powers during the emergency order, to just take the hotels. You can do that. You can commandeer, like, you have the power. But our city attorney is a cuck. And he was like, no, I don't think we can do that. But then if you want to violate the Constitution to destroy a homeless person's life, he's like, yes, sir. So vote for Faisal Gill. City Controller Kenneth Mejia. The City Controller's office, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of power, but What they do is they go, hey, this is actually how the city is spending their money. They show you how the city, it makes it so the city can't hide the bullshit. In the words of Tim Heidecker, no more bullshit.
And also, it doesn't hurt that, you can have a city controller that has six-pack abs and is not afraid to flex it and show it while talking about, what the police budgets look like. You might recognize his name because I oftentimes rely on a lot of the information that he puts out there on Twitter, where he talks about like police budgets and how much of the percentage of the city budget is going to the police force in Los Angeles. And also, Kenneth is hot.
Yeah, he's hot.
So there you go. Just vote for him because he's hot. Chat.
And get a yard sign, and he'll show up to your house and put it in there if you live it. Well, put it in there.
I don't think he's gonna fuck you guys, but
well, I mean, he consensually. No, I don't know. But he will put a yard sign in your yard if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Same day. So Council District 1, Anisses, obviously. She's the fucking best.
Talked about her already.
CD3 doesn't matter. You have no real race. CD5, Jimmy Biblars or Scott Epstein. They're fine. They're great. CD5 is really scary. It's sort of around here.
I don't know what you're talking about. My location is not readily available.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever looked at it.
I'm living in Glendale.
Yeah. So he's living right next to the Americana brand, one of Caruso's favorite locations. So CD5 is like, it's scary how good Sam Yebri is doing. Sam Yebri he wanted so desperately for there to be a DSA candidate in this race because his entire thing is just like, I want to turn this entire race into BDS. I want BDS to be the number one issue in a municipal race. And nobody from DSA ran in this district because it's not a very DSA friendly district. But he still might win. So there's 3 candidates on the progressive spectrum. Jimmy Biblars and Scott Epstein are the most progressive, but Katie Yaroslavsky is also really good. She's definitely not as progressive. And she's also, like Karen Bass, sort of triangulated to the right more than her policy would indicate for the election. So yeah. But anyone but fucking Yebri, and we can move on from that one. CD7.
I want Texas style BDS laws here. I think like in order to become a school teacher, I think in City Council District 5 you need to pledge allegiance to the state of Israel.
I think that's a really good idea. Personally, I know that I will only use Sabra hummus. I go to Zanku Chicken and I bring my own Sabra hummus.
Yeah, don't try. Yeah,
because it's the best hummus, and it in no way is the worst hummus. It's
so bad.
It's the worst. I mean, how do you even, dude?
How do you fuck up chickpeas? Like, it's not that hard. It's chickpeas and tahini and lemon and garlic.
It's so easy, dude. It's so easy to make hummus. It's like that's kind of the point of it's like really easy to do, and yet Sabra is just like.
Yeah, it's really bad.
More like sad, bruh.
Damn, fucking got him. You got some zingers.
Sad, bruh.
All right, nothing for City Council District 7?
Nah. There's the incumbent's just gonna win. CD9, this is interesting. There's 3 candidates. Adriana Cabrera is the write-in candidate. She's definitely the most left. CD9, it's just fucked how this city is. Like, other cities really get shit for being segregated. But LA is like so fucking segregated. CD9's like South Central, South LA. And this is CD9 is where, I don't know if you covered the police blowing up a fire truck or like a fireworks truck and like destroying a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was just a big oopsie,
Yeah, oh man, how are we supposed to know that
cops are not incompetent other than like how incompetent they are all the time?
Yeah, and people keep putting tampons in their cappuccinos.
Yeah.
Please, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just type in LAPD tampon cappuccino.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, never believe cops in general, but like especially when they're talking about being hate crimed for being a cop.
Yeah.
They love that shit. It's their
love
number
it.
one favorite thing. Their favorite thing is like faking being comatose by like being in the vicinity of fentanyl. Fentanyl particles in the air immediately render cops useless. Like it's their kryptonite, as we've said many times. And also, fast food workers are constantly disrespecting them. They know that they're cops, and they're disrespecting them all the time.
Yeah, they can tell from being on the microphone, just by the voice, that it's a cop.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I am a cop phrenologist, though. I do believe that, like, I'm not a believer in phrenology, but except for cops.
Yeah.
I do believe that they do have a skull shape like that makes them look like a thumb.
Well, the wider the neck, you know, obviously the more aggressiveness is like.
Yeah, the wider the neck, the higher you are ranked in the police department. Like it's just destiny. You can't stop it.
The wider the neck, the more lives you'll wreck, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, CD9. Two candidates that are not inspiring are going to probably move to the runoff. Man, I don't know. Like Curran Price. So this is like a very. I don't know if this happens outside of LA or California, but like. Both of these candidates are like really, really good on one thing or two things and then fucking dog shit on everything else. So like Curran Price helped do the $15 minimum wage and he is a great ally to labor, but he sucks at everything else. He is trying to do a UBI pilot, which is sick. But like as far as like housing or like development or any of that shit, yeah. Oh, and they're both landlords. Yeah. Both candidates are landlords. Yep. And then Dulce is like, I don't know. She might not be actually progressive, but she sure sounds progressive. And I think she probably would be better on some things like housing or homelessness, perhaps. Mostly because Curran Price has to recuse himself from every housing vote because he's a landlord and his wife's a landlord. But Dulce's a landlord too, so who the fuck knows? Adriana Cabrera didn't get enough people to sign her petitions, or they fucked her over.
And she also has apparently more than 10,000 in Airbnb stock. That's wild.
Yeah, dude. And she also has weird charter school connections. There's no winners in CD9,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
Okay,
I feel
that's
bad.
great. All right, moving on to City Council District 11, Aaron Darling.
Yeah, our little darling. We love Aaron Darling. He's great. So CD11 is the
LAX Westchester.
it's bad, dude. CD11's a bad place. I feel like I look like a Vietnam veteran right now. I worked on the fucking
Bonin campaign?
Bonin recall, and that place, dude, fucking hell. So it's a very uphill climb for the left. It's very, very uphill climb for the left there. Imagine like the absolute worst of YIMBYism merged with the worst of like tech bros.
Yeah.
But then also that same kind of like California, LA, like NIMBY shit. It's just like a grab bag of it's the West Side. You know the fucking West Side.
Yeah.
So Aaron Darling was a legitimate like civil rights attorney. Is a legitimate civil rights attorney. He fucking sues landlords. He sued the city on behalf of BLM. He fucking rules. He's incredible. So absolutely vote for him in CD11. So CD13, obviously Ugo, our boy.
I mean, that area is a toxic shithole for local politics. So, we'll see.
Yeah, it's well. Look, my honest thoughts are that they're gonna elect the fascist candidate Tracy Park, and then things are gonna get way worse over 4 years. She's either gonna get recalled for real, which would be so funny after they tried and failed to recall Bonin twice. But she'll probably get recalled, or she'll lose in 4 years to Aaron Darling if he runs again. But yeah, it's a disaster. So CD13,
We already talked about Ugo.
CD15, Bryant Odega. Bryant is great. He is He's like a young.
I love the proud ex-cop and conservative council member. Proud ex-cop.
Do you know Joey Buckets? Do you know?
No.
You don't know Giuseppe Buscaino?
No.
Oh, we got to look at Giuseppe Buscaino for a minute.
He does sound like it. I mean, that's a great cop name.
Yeah. So Joe Buscaino. Yeah, there he is. Joe Buscaino is Angry Jeb. He is like he's got the like please clap energy, as you can tell by this picture. He's got real please clap energy, but he also is the king of getting pissed in California politics. He has a little buddy that's his comms director, who's like a little bald guy named Bronimir, who like always like tries to pop off at people, and so he's always going Bronimir. It's really funny. He spent $1 million on videos from a company, like horrible videos with like Napa Know How, like guitar music behind it. Well, he's like, hey, let me tell you something about LA. And it's the most like truck month shit in the world. And then the other money that he spent. So it's like $500,000
Was it
on
Butt Rock?
Yes, on Butt Rock Truck Month. And then $500,000 on literally flying to various Italian American destinations to do like red and white checker tablecloth fundraisers.
I'm gonna vote for this guy now.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, but
fucked up.
he's running for mayor.
Yeah, he's not. I can't even vote for. I'm
You
gonna
can't
vote for him for mayor.
You can't vote. And now here's the thing: you can't vote for him for mayor because his entire tough on crime, tough on homeless, like bullshit, like proto-fascist shit. It was stolen by Rick Caruso. So like Buscaino was polling in like the teens. Rick Caruso comes in. Buscaino's polling at 1%. He
bummer.
left his council seat to do this.
Another POC cut down. It's fucking bullshit, dude.
So now he's like a little Caruso cuck, and he like follows him around and is in videos with him. It's really cute.
Okay.
It's really cute.
Board of Education District 2, Rocio Rivas.
Yeah, Rocio Rivas is she's the UTLA candidate. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, we can jump through these. I mean,
So the sheriff.
Okay, this one's good.
This one's great. I do want to bring up one of the attempted insurgent candidates. You want to talk about shitty names and weird names? Cecil Rambo.
That's awesome.
Cecil Rambo, who has shot 3 people on the line of duty, 2 of which were fellow deputies. And he tried to shoot.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's based.
I mean,
He's got a better track record than Dorner.
Here's the thing. He also shot at 3 dogs point blank and missed.
Okay, he's awesome. He can't kill. He physically is incapable of killing dogs, and he's constantly shooting cops.
I feel like do you think? Oh my God! Did somebody say the John McCain of cops? That's really funny.
Yeah.
But is it that he genuinely is like at the last minute, like, no, I'm a good person. Like some conscious like comes in and is like, I got to do this. Or is it that he is the John McCain of cops?
Yeah, no, John McCain, based revolutionary, secret Ho Chi Minh supporter.
John McCain.
Yeah, he's taken down more fighter jets than you ever could. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
It's true.
No one has worked in service of like destroying the American imperial war machine from within than John McCain. 6 planes he downed. 6.
So Cecil Rambo sucks. So basically there's look. So the first thing I'll say is you don't have to vote for sheriff if you don't want to. I'll never tell somebody to vote for a cop if you're just like 100% against that. What I will say is the sheriff's department is run by neo-Nazi gangs.
True.
Like literal fucking tattooed neo-Nazi gangs.
Actually true.
They fucking kill people with impunity, including Ugo's friend's son. That was an executioner prospect. Oh, how does an executioner go from a prospect to a full gang member? Murdering an innocent civilian. So that's what's happening right now.
Google LASD gangs.
Yeah,
if you're wondering. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department gangs.
Yeah, and hit up, when you're looking at the Knock LA voter guide, also read Cerise Castle's entire series, History of Violence on Knock.
Kind of wild that like there's never any mainstream coverage of that.
Right? Isn't that weird?
It's such a weird thing because it's like pretty well established that it's like it's happening.
Yeah, and fucking, even like Rachel Maddow like went after Villanueva the other week because Villanueva. Oh, so by the way, in addition to the neo-Nazi gangs, he also is like we say fascist, like this stuff's fascism. A little, we throw it around a little too much. Villanueva's actually a fascist.
Oh yeah,
like he's like legitimately a fascist.
Remember when he? What did they do? They went after a like a L.A. Times reporter.
Yes.
For uncovering like a CCTV footage of like from within the prisons where they were beating the shit out of.
They kneeled on an inmate's head for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They did a George Floyd to a fucking inmate, and one of the deputies was like, "I have to blow the whistle on this." Like when you're so bad that a neo-Nazi gang member is like, "I got to blow the whistle on this," right? Like, and then Villanueva went after the whistleblower. I think he went after Cecil Rambo for like no reason, and then he went after this fucking LA Times reporter, which is like that is fascism.
Yeah.
So like I get not wanting to vote for a cop, but there is one candidate who, look, maybe we can't trust him. I understand if you don't want to vote for him, but fucking vote for somebody in this election who isn't Villanueva. And this guy, Eric Strong. I personally think, he's the only person that's ever held the police gang members, the sheriff's gang members accountable. He's fucking the first person like to say, he's the only fucking sheriff's deputy to say, I will allow for an amendment to take away my power made by the Board of Supervisors that will be able to remove the sheriff. Right now, it's impossible to impeach the sheriff. And Eric Strong's the only person that's like, yes, I will do this. I will say that Villanueva, he didn't run on a progressive platform. He just ran on no ICE. That was it. The other sheriff was running on turning over people to ICE. Villanueva was running on not doing that. I did not vote in the sheriff's election last time. This time I am going to, because
he still apparently collaborated with them though by making them wait outside the jails while sheriffs bring them inmates. Reinstated his buddy and accused abusive stalker to the department. So
that's Villanueva.
Yeah, no, that's. What I'm saying.
Right, yeah, and he did still collaborate with them.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So look, there are some people that I trust that are smarter than me that aren't fucking like white dudes who have talked to me about this, who are much more impacted and have done way more research, and I'm just trusting what they say.
Dude,
ultimately.
oh my God, Knock LA endorsed Villanueva last election, probably for the lack of collaboration with ICE, which still ended up happening. And also, dude, what is wrong with you? Please stop. Sometimes I do, but like I'm never the type of person who's like, oh my God, anarchists are all CIA, holy shit. But like, they literally do like spoiler shit. Like this person has been in the chat the entire time. We're talking about something that is like incredibly specific, hyper specific. I'm not a fucking anarchist. Oh, you sure are behaving like one. Anyway,
look, there's a lot of people on the left who I think are really, really good at. This is something that like the left did in LA in 2020. There was a sect of the left that's like really, really good at burning shit down. They're not as good at building stuff, and it's proven over and over and over again. They're not as good at building stuff. They're really, really good at burning shit down. And so, like, they went after Jackie Lacey, and they made her life. She was the DA in Los Angeles that George Gascon beat. She didn't prosecute any fucking cops. She refused to do her job in any way and was just like an extension of the LAPD, an extension of the sheriff's department. She went out of her way to protect them every single time. And these folks, they made her life miserable. They made her life and her husband's life so horrible that on election day, he pulled a gun on them, which is, by the way, the best thing you can do if you want someone to lose an election is to get their husband to pull a gun on camera on you, right? They get under these people's skin so well. So like, do it to Caruso. Fucking do it.
No, they'll never do that. That's you're crazy. No, of course not. It's like, no, praxis is when you like dunk on a fucking known like Twitch streamer or something. Like that's the only way to do praxis. That's
Look, you deal with folks on the internet more than I do, but I try to hope, like I try to keep like, hope in my heart that like enough people will be like, either like, yeah, I tried and it didn't work, I'm going to try another thing, or to be like, I am actually going to try for the first time and like join an org in my fucking city or town or whatever.
This isn't about exercising political power. It's about fulfilling your own narcissistic desires and centering every conversation around yourself. And more importantly than that, it comes from a broad sense of understandable hopelessness. You can't change the structures, but you can actually feel like you have a sense of accomplishment, like you've accomplished something when you are able to derail a broadcast. You know what I mean? Like a Twitch stream or something. Like that gives you a sense of accomplishment in your mind. That's why people do it a lot. Or, when they get a voice actor in a TV to, fired or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Because you can't like undermine you can't undermine the white supremacist foundation that this country was built on. Changing that is impossible, but you can, get someone fired and put in a new person in their place in your cultural consumption, and that's progress.
Yeah. Oh man, I was like, I can't even like make a joke about that. I'm just bummed.
No, you're very no. You're very positive because I think you don't spend a lot of time on the internet like I do. So my brain is like completely broken.
I only tweet. I like rarely read like other people's tweets. But I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. To me, I feel like, COVID's like woken up a lot of shit, and you're seeing like a lot of, and by the way, I'm not saying that electoralism is like the only thing or even the biggest thing that we should be doing. Like,
no, you said that. It's too late.
Fuck.
You said vote harder.
Yeah.
You said if you're standing in line to vote,
yeah,
please stay on the line. You said that.
Please stay in line. I do think that, like you should. If you can't organize your workplace, right, you should try if you can. You got any extra little sodies in there, dog?
Oh, yes. Well, I should have offered you some. What would you like? I have an assortment of sodas. I have a Diet Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Diet Coke. Diet Ginger Ale.
I think I'll do a Diet Coke.
You want a Diet Coke?
Just a classic DC.
Hold on. You keep talking to him, and I'll scroll over here as well.
Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Now that Hassan's gone, I'm going to take you on a tour of his fucking house. His address is... So, yeah, I feel like fucking the substitute teacher. I should just, like, wheel out, like, a TV that's just playing, Hook or some shit. How many of y'all seen Hook? I feel like... within the sheriff's race, if I could just finish talking about the sheriff's race, the sheriff's department doesn't have anything on their website about what their fucking what is policy. So like when a sheriff does a shooting, right? The police department does a shooting. The way that they talk about this stuff is it quote unquote in policy? And when a shooting is out of policy, that is how you're allowed to start the process of holding an individual officer accountable. If it's deemed in policy, then they don't do that. Oh, thank you, sir. And so the policy for the LA Sheriff's Department isn't even on their fucking website. It's not even on their website. Like, you can't even fucking read it. So we'll never know. We'll never know if the sheriff's department fucked up by breaking all the windows, breaking all the fucking security cameras after they murder a child in cold blood.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I feel like there's a big reason to not vote for cops, and I'll never, ever, ever judge or look down on somebody for not voting for cops, I personally think that it can help. The defenders of justice, super important. Nobody ever knows who to vote for judge. Voting for judges is like, if I could do like an infomercial about voting, like it would just be somebody looking at the judges and being like, there's got to be a better way. But there is now the defenders of justice, a bunch of fucking public defender types have come together and they're now running as a slate. So it's super easy. The Defenders of Justice. If anybody is running any sort of local movements within your town, this is a great place to start. I'm sure there's some public defenders in your town who are really good people. And you can organize a slate of them together and pool resources together like these women have. And actually make like an impact on this. And judges, as we all know from the most recent Supreme Court leak, fucking matter.
Yeah. They'll get you off of DUI charges, chat. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. Okay.
I don't care about this shit. The California State Senate and state, like all of the California State Assembly, all that shit, it's all fake. The governor has all the power, so it doesn't really.
I mean, isn't this how the Medicare for All measure got stomped on though?
It got stomped on because fucking Lord Newsom said he didn't want it.
So what's up? Like, what are we gonna do with our surplus? What's happening there?
Dude,
we got a lot of money.
I just looked. We have $100 million now in California, or $100 billion in the surplus. Billion with a B. $100 billion surplus in California. So there's one thing, right, which is half of whatever it is has to be spent on kids. It has to be spent on students. So what I think we should do personally, and this is just one little Bears opinion, but you could take 20 billion of that and spend it on every single homeless person, like getting social housing for every single person. And then the other 20 billion on schools, in particular, making sure that there is a like a T209 RoboCop style, you're not actual RoboCop, but like the big like dinosaur like robot looking thing that kills the guy at the boardroom. One of those, Ed 209, I think is what it was called. Ed 209. One of those at every school.
We need a RoboCop style automated murder machine at every
Yeah,
school?
like basically like it could be a mech, it could be a Gundam, like whatever.
Like a Metal Gear.
Yeah, dude, it could be. Yes, exactly. It could
Okay.
be. What was that dude? The blonde guy. That guy was a bitch. What was his name?
Raiden.
Was it Raiden?
Raiden had a come up though. In Metal Gear Solid, if that's what you're asking, or Ocelot, Revolver Ocelot.
No, it was like the dude that was in like Metal Gear Solid. The one that was like where the little girl. There was like a little girl that like peed her pants in like a very emotional scene in Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty.
I think you're talking about Raiden.
Yeah, I think so. But it was number 2. Dude, that was like so weird. That was the only time I've ever seen somebody pee in a video game, I think. And it just came out, and it was at such an emotional fucking moment in the game.
The person who pees is like Otacon's sister, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, so the
Congressional
30th,
districts.
Yeah. Angelica Duenas is cool. Maybe a girl I want to shout out. She's running against fucking Adam Schiff, the only congressman I've yelled at a Ben and Jerry's.
More like Adam Shit.
Right? Adam Schiff, if you don't know him from all of his Russia gating, he's the Raytheon candidate. He is Mr. fucking Raytheon. So maybe a girl is, she is amazing. She is I believe a drag queen, or perhaps a trans performer. I apologize if I'm getting the nomenclature wrong exactly on there. But she rocks. She fucking rocks. You should vote for her. Shervin is cool. David Kim is cool. Daniel Lee is cool. Daniel Lee is especially in Culver City. Was the first black mayor. Culver City used to be a sundown town. And so to be like, he was the first black mayor like last year, which is crazy because there's quite a few black people that live in and around Culver City. Good down here. I don't fucking care about this shit. Senator. The only thing that matters about the senator's race is that, there is a Republican whose name is Dunn Grundman who's running. And he has a website that is called IamADomesticTerrorist.org. And
shut the fuck up.
Yes, I swear to God.
No way. Mm-hmm. Is this like a way to?
I haven't been to it yet.
You just didn't want to type those words?
Yeah, I didn't feel like it. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, so that's in the fucking thing. It's
Okay.
in the.
I wrote that in, and I think the FBI is at my doorstep.
Yeah, right now. I swear to God, it's in the fucking. Here, I wrote down a couple of the websites. Let's try to see if any of them work. He's got so many good ones.
I really should not have typed that. I think.
Here, hold on.
He's 100% a Klan member. Wait, how do you write his name?
In my ballot, it's spelled DUNGRUNDMANN.
Wait. Grunden?
Grundman.
Oh no,
MANN. Yeah, Don Grundman. Oh, is it Don Grundman? It might be Don Grundman, and that was just a. It probably is. Oh,
Ballot-
his name's not Don. In my ballot, there's a misprint, so it says Don Grundman.
That's the guy. He's an independent. He's a small business owner. Wait, let's look at his campaign website. Fightthepower.org. They are attacking the children. Stop the mutilation of children.
Yeah, Drag Queen Story Hour.
I feel like there's going to be some TOS here. Uncle Sam wants you to fund Don Grudman's radio ads to defend our children.
That's
okay,
too
we
much.
got.
Please listen to
Is that the robot voice?
Please listen to this extremely important